everybody. So I'm going to go through 04.01. Very happy to help you kind of go through this lesson. 04.01 is got a lot of grammar in it, so I'm going to try to help you with some of these irregular. Well, they're not irregular, but they are a new verb tense, which is imperfect, and help you kind of go through that lesson and highlight some key points that are important in 04.01. Okay, so when you open your course, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to have the weekly update. The highlights from the weekly update are going to be first thing that you see. If you have not already, fill out this spring survey. I'm going to be a broken record about that. But what I'm mostly going to talk about is your assignment 04.01, which is due January 1st. The theme of it is ¿Cómo eras de pequeño? Which is like what were you like when you were little? The objectives are that you can identify and use written and spoken vocabulary related to childhood. You can identify and use superlatives with adjectives. You can define the imperfect tense, which is a new verb tense we're learning, and I can identify when to use the imperfect tense. So after you've looked through the weekly update, and always that purple box is all my contact info, so you can contact me if you have any questions, please do. So down at the bottom, you're going to go to lessons. Also, another thing that you have, if you have any questions you want to ask, like the whole class, maybe another student's having the same problem, or any sort of questions that you just kind of want to blast out there. And I'll be on that discussion board, but so are the rest of your classmates. And so if anybody can answer your question and help you, or everybody's having the same problem, put it in the discussion board, and I will, it'll help me know where you're at, what you're having success with, and what you're struggling with. So that's just an added function we're having this semester to help you. All right, so go to lessons up here, click lessons. It's going to open, and it'll open hopefully faster than this. Okay, so module 4, my childhood memories. We're going to go to 04.01. Okay, so it says my childhood memories. ¿Cómo eres de pequeño? So, ¿cómo eres de pequeño? Like, what were you like when you were little? Cuando tenías 4 or 5 años, ¿cómo eras? Okay, your parents probably say that you were absolutely adorable, and I'm sure you were. If you ask your brother, sister, cousins, they might have seen you in a different light. Walk down memory lane as you learn how you can describe your childhood and yourself when you were younger. So that's kind of the whole theme of this. One of the biggest thing I want you to pull out from this is scroll down here and get this note guide. Okay, so you can print this at home. You can print it at the library at school, or you can just download it. So if you print it, it's just going to come out as a document that looks like this. Okay, it has all these different areas for you to write down your vocabulary that you're learning. It has sections for cognates, which cognates are words that look like English and have the same meaning in Spanish as in English. Then you have, if you scroll further down, you have some different things that you're going to be learning in this lesson. Superlative adjectives, regular. Superlative adjectives, irregular. How to do those. So anyway, it just is a great note guide, and it's really important to get that, and it will help you work through the lesson as well as help you with your assignment in the end. So definitely get that, download it, print it, download it or print it. And I gotta move my little screen over here. Okay, get rid of this. Okay, so then move on to the next page. And you've got tu niñez. Okay, this is like your childhood. Okay, now this whole first paragraph is in Spanish. Excuse me. This whole first paragraph is in Spanish. So what you've got here to help you is this little globe here. So if you're reading this, there are a lot of cognates in this paragraph. You got obediente. I bet you can guess what word that might be in English. Molestabas. That is not a cognate. It means to irritate people, to bug them, to pester them, that kind of thing. So you're going to read through this whole paragraph. But if you are struggling with the Spanish, you can click on this and it opens it up to English. So that is a great function to help you if you are feeling frustrated with this paragraph. Okay. The next part, which is going to be huge for people who are struggling with pronunciation, and this is a really great function that your course has, is that this is all new vocabulary in these pictures. And it says here, you have the opportunity to become a word explorer. You will practice and learn your vocabulary at the same time. Okay, so you're going to select the symbol to see the word or phrase, listen to the audio, and then practice by recording yourself pronouncing what you hear. Practice as many times as you need to sound like a native speaker. Okay, so let's click the first one. It says mi niñez. Okay. So here, you're going to go click the sound and hear it.
Mi niñez.
Okay, mi niñez. Okay. Then you're going to open this box up. Click open here. And it is going to test your pronunciation. Okay, so graba is to record. So you're going to click graba and you're going to say mi niñez. Okay, you're going to stop it. Para means stop. And you're going to escucha. Mi niñez. Okay, so stop it. Para means if you do a bad job, a job that you could do better on, it'll give you a score of red. Okay, if you do great, it'll give you look like this. It'll give you a score of fully green. Okay. So when you're done with that word, you just click X out of that. Then, so once you've mastered this word, you've practiced it, you just go to the next one. Okay, cuando yo era pequeño, cuando yo era pequeña. Okay, the difference between these two is when I was young, cuando yo era pequeño is if you're male. Okay, cuando yo era pequeña is if you're female. So that's the difference between those two phrases. So if you're female, you use pequeña. If you are male, you use pequeño. Okay, so you just scroll through those, practice your vocabulary, practice your pronunciation. And when you're done with that, okay, you can go down here and it has a clickable link that says review the vocabulary often and you'll be speaking and writing fluently in no time. So this is going to take you back to your note guide. So if you haven't, another opportunity to download and print the note guide. Then you're going to go through your cognates. Like I said, cognates are the words that look like English and have the same meaning in English as they do in Spanish. So like I had this one before, obediente, obediente. Okay, you can listen to it. Maybe it's not going to play.
Obediente.
Yeah, obediente. Okay.
Mis memorias.
There you go. Okay. Mis memorias. Okay, so got that. Then at the bottom, you also have this section, which is also great if you're really wanting to understand the different nuances between the Spanish and different Spanish-speaking countries. This is a great, it's just really interesting to see the differences between different countries and how they use them. So this is just, a bonus. If you look down here, so it says también se dice. So also they say. So this is like different ways of saying things. Recordar is like a vocabulary word. And then, but also people might say acordarse. So it's just different ways of saying recordar is to record, or to remember, and to remember. And then acordarse is also to remember. So mi niñez or mi infancia. So just different versions of the words, different words and how they speak. Okay, and how different countries use Spanish. Oh, I forgot the whole point of me pulling that up. Okay. So down at the bottom, it does have the different countries that might use those different versions. So if you look here, let's go up here. I'm trying to find one thing. Oh, like una chava or un chavo, like that's a Mexican term for, like it says Mexico right here, like denoting that is a term that's used specifically, typically in parts of Mexico. So that's just an example. I hope that didn't get too cluggy there. Okay, so then once you're done with that, you're going to go to the next page. And you have atención. Okay, this is important piece of information. That's what I was trying to tell you here with atención. When you describe yourself when you were younger, you may need to use superlative adjectives. Superlative adjectives are used when you want to compare 3 or more people, places, or things. You may use regular and irregular superlative adjectives. So a regular superlative adjective, when your comparison requires the words most or least before the adjective or the English translation of the adjective ends in est, you use the following formula. So that's the definite article plus más or menos. Más is more, menos is less. Most or least. Okay, that's what most, más, most, menos, less, least. Plus the adjective. Okay, so if you click all these, you're going to have lots of lists of adjectives for you to help you with this section. So if you need help with what adjectives to use, this has the Spanish. This has the Spanish. This has the Spanish and the English. Okay, meanings. So if you need more adjectives during this section, you think definite article. If you click all these links, it gives you all this helpful information. So that's why I'm trying to make sure you understand that there's lots of clickable, helpful pieces of information in the course. You just got to access them. Masculine, you singular is L. Definite articles. This is like the and them. Not them. It's all the in Spanish, definite articles, like the boy, the girls. That's what your definite articles are in English. So this is, you use el and la. El is masculine, like the boy, el chico. La chica is going to use la. Your plural, los and las. Excuse me. Okay. Then, so anyway, that is the formula. You're going to use the definite article like el or la, or los or las, plus más or menos. Más is most, menos is less, least, and then the adjective. So here's an example. Yo era el menos callado de todos los primos. Okay, and it has the English below. I was the least quiet of all the cousins. So they're using the formula here. El plus menos callado. Okay, I was el menos callado, the least quiet de todos los primos. Okay. Then here's more examples. Durante su niñez, Camila era la más obediente de todas las personas en su casa. During her childhood, Camila was the most obedient of all the people in her house. Then you have recuerdo que era el más simpático de mi familia. I remember that I was the nicest of my family. Okay. So all these are great examples of how to use these. Now you have your irregular superlative adjectives. When your superlative adjective translates to English in a single word, use this formula. The definite article plus superlative adjective. So again, these definite articles are el, la, los, las. And if you need to review those, remember that link up at the top. And this is a verb tense we're going to learn next is imperfect. So it says cuando montaba el bicicleta era el mejor. So it's like when I rode the bicycle, I was the best. Okay. So that's an irregular superlative adjective. And they down here, this is the best, el mejor, la mejor. Okay, if you're a female and you're the best. Okay. And so here's an example. Yo era la mayor. I was the oldest. La mayor. So again, this is another link to your note guide. So click that if you want to download it again, or you haven't downloaded it yet. So once you've gone through that, you're going to go to the next page. And you're going to go, this is also new grammar. So it says gramática nueva, imperfect tense. You learn that the preterite tense is used to talk about an action or event that was completed in the past. In Spanish, there's another way to talk about the past, the imperfect tense, el imperfecto. Okay, your preterite tense in first